Dude, we're back second day in a row. Second day in a row. You
Like
know what I
what?
meant, man.
Second week in a row.
It's
Hey,
already there. Joseph.
Warning. The following program is a gaggle of friends talking about happenings in the world. It is meant to be comedic, informative, and not really serious. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or this broadcasting platform. There may be some cuss words, because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are a young person, please seek permission before listening any further. Sincerely, the people of Two Tired Dads. P.S. Don't sue us.
I'm getting back to process. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day. When the day wasn't built in Rome.
there you go.
So go ahead and drop that beat, Jimmy. Because at the end of the day, we're back. Hello, episode 29.
Hey, slow and steady wins the race, baby.
Baby, say that again.
Well, I am Stacy Bonds for y'all who don't know, and this
I'm
is
Devin. I'm Devin James.
hey
We are the
two
two tired
tired
dads.
dads.
Hello,
Welcome
cello,
back.
dude. Big weekend ahead. I totally forgot UFC is in town.
I know I forgot all about it because this Mother's Day shit.
That's what I'm saying. That's how you know we're adulting when
Yeah,
like
you're not
when
wrong.
shit like this is our wives coming presidents. Not bad, not bad. But I mean, are you going still?
No, I'm not going. I didn't even get a chance. Honestly, when I messaged you, I went back
Yeah,
to look at tickets. Never looked at it again. I've been mind going a million miles an hour, man, and it was the last thing on my mind.
yeah. I'm with you. Shout out, Amy. How you doing, ma'am? You're
Hey,
awesome. Thank
welcome
you
to
for
the
being
party. We
loyal.
love you. Hey,
No,
say it again.
you're loyal and we love you.
Hey,
What
and
up?
definitely share us, Amy, while you got the chance, and everybody else follow us. You know the drill, Devin. Give them the rundown. Where can they find us?
Oh, well, of course, you can pretty please follow us on all platforms. You can see us on the Facebook, the Tube of the U, the Grab of the Insta, and of course, our home base that started in my spare office room when Matt Winkle happened to crash out of nowhere on our 15-minute prelude because we didn't have everything financially in order. We were so fucking ready on the Spreaker app. Sorry it took you down memory lane. Dude,
Hey,
Winkle literally showed up like out of nowhere. It was great.
hey, it's just one of those moments where you go with the flow.
And so this way, I mean,
Amy, I got you when I get back.
I'm saying we got a lot of UFC like STL homegrown mofos on that card.
Yeah, we're supposed to be a good card.
Charles Johnson's there, St. Charles MMA native.
Hey,
You
nice.
got Joaquin Buckley, which I mean, Buckley Marquette, alumni, 2008 class, I believe, or maybe something else, maybe 2012. But tickets aren't really moving. You got Sean Woodson. He's a monster, like a 6'4" featherweight, which is like unheard of,
Unheard of. I
and
was
that's what
saying.
he is. But you got a lot of local guys that are not in the. You got Derek Lewis as the main event. And so I know. Are you shocked that St. Louis isn't really that big of an MMA town?
I am. I also feel like it's, finding the right venue, doing the right marketing. You ride around town, normally you see these things on billboards, and I haven't seen a billboard. I haven't seen any real heavy marketing for the product. Hell, you see,
Do you think Enterprise was
Garrett.
too big? They could have shot for like Family Arena or Chaffetz.
So I think Chaffetz is actually up there in size with Enterprise. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's a. Oh, it's not.
No, sir.
I have no idea.
It's like a 10,000 seater like St. Charles Arena. And I know that just because from fighting in both venues.
I
Like,
got you.
yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna say they should have went for a smaller venue, but I think that if it doesn't sell out next time, it will be, or if they even come back. This is one of those things. It's not a huge card, like you said. I don't, it's
It's
not
a
a
fight night.
pay-per-view.
Yeah, it's a
It's a
fight
fight
night.
night. So it's one of those things I'm looking forward to see. I do like the fact that they're getting St. Louis some publicity, getting some fighters here on the card, letting them get their face out there. I think that's going to be pretty badass.
Dude, so I'm putting this on the fly. Jimmy, throw it up there just because he is part of the dad family and he is in the local MMA scene. Have you heard about this Lucas Clay matchup issue?
I have not.
So apparently there's a $1,500 bounty for someone to find him a matchup.
Wow.
Like they want him on this card like for June 1st.
Hey, that's dope.
And no, like just a 1,500 to be the middleman to find a motherfucker. Like, so
it blows my mind because these people go like, you go into this as a profession, you want to do this professionally, but you're afraid to fight. I could see if you pulled Joe Blow off the street, right? But if you're Billy Badass who goes to the gym and trains 2-3 times a day, and like this is your livelihood, this is what you live for. Win or lose, you get a paycheck.
well, and that's the problem. And I was there, so I can, I'm stepping out of it. I applaud everyone that steps into a cage.
Definitely.
But if you look at the St. Louis MMA scene, it's like
There's not many.
you got to realize why Buckley traveled out of state to get some reps at another gym, to work another circuit, to get to where he's going.
Our fellow
Augie,
two-tired
yeah.
dad, Augie,
So
yeah.
so Augie, same thing. Or Charles Johnson, same fucking thing. I'm pretty
you can
sure
go back to Tyron Woodley.
you could. Only thing was Tyron Woodley never claimed St. Louis on his way back, which everybody had an issue with. It's a politics. Yeah. And so he never once like gave. I'm not going to go there, but fucking. The fuck was I saying? Oh, Sean Woodson is the only one that I truly believe was a homegrown from the Wolves Den, like from scratch. Like he didn't travel outside and he built his path all the way from Highway 70 to Vegas. And he's fighting back all the way down in his hometown, man. So you got to give props. But anyway, Lucas Clay matchup issue. If anyone thinks they can fight Lucas or like have any ideas, throw it my way so I can call them and go from there.
One thing I want to talk about is what about this crazy fucking weather? Sullivan getting hit with tornadoes back to back. And then the only reason I say I want to bring it up is because I think about all this, free Palestine, free Israel, pray for France, pray for all this. You look in history. Where is it pray for Missouri, pray for the United States? Because, man, we are getting slammed with some crazy ass weather.
I'm telling you.
I wholeheartedly believe it's HARP. I'm not going to lie. I sent you a video earlier this week.
What is
HARP is weather manipulation, where you see the clouds, you produce, excuse me. You produce, basically you send something up into the clouds, you seed the clouds, and you produce wicked weather.
Chemtrails.
Chemtrails are part of that. There's a lot of things that go into it. I mean, I'm not a scientist. I just know that when you look up and you see these thin lines and a pretty blue sky, right? And then you watch that thin blue line turn into a massive cloud. That's a red flag, in my opinion. Then the fact that you got tornadoes that are wiping out cities, wiping out small towns.
Particularly red states.
That's the one. Nobody wants to talk about it. That's kind of a coincidence that it's only.
Again, I'm not political, but I pay attention to the political.
Makes you wonder.
Really weirdo McFleero.
And the fact that they're not making it world news. Where's the help? FEMA, this is one of those things that you would think FEMA would be coming in on. They literally, Sullivan got hit twice, back to back. Like, where do you hear of a tornado running the same course 2 days in a row?
I agree.
So
you don't. unless you're fucking on set of Hollywood filming Twisters, the
Hmm.
CGI. And so,
Or you control it.
dude, what else? I didn't even think about the tornadoes nationwide.
Man, it's
Because,
been
like,
crazy.
I don't get to see the tornadoes, man. I mean, yeah, you hear the sirens and shit, and we go outside and shit, trying to see them and shit. But, like,
My boy Chad,
yeah, shout out to Chad.
touch base with me after this, my guy. It's been too long.
So, I forgot where the fuck I was going.
My bad.
What else is new? No, you're cool. What else do you want to chit chat? Dude, Oliver fucking let out the dog right before the broadcast.
Hey.
I'm sitting here trying to get everything set up, communicating with Jimmy, and I hear the fucking dogs barking. Carrie's at the grocery store. And I'm like, why are the dogs outside? Oliver's like, I thought they had to go out. It just seemed like a good idea.
That's probably one of my biggest pet peeves is because my neighbor's dogs are. It's funny because I'm not going to say they're all aggressive, right? But there's one out of that group that is aggressive, that it charges the fence, causing the other 3 dogs behind it, making it a total of 4 to try to attack the fence and get to my dog.
Yeah.
My dog is the most friendly dog. When I tell you friendly, to the point that I don't trust her to defend the house. Okay. But when it sees this one dog, every time it's World War III at the fence. And it's at the point now where, me and the neighbors have had some words. I will say this, they do a pretty good job of trying to not let them out when my dog's out. But the daughter comes back in town and always seems to manage to let the dogs out when my dog's outside. And it's like, are you trying to have a problem out here? Like, because if they come through that fence, I am here to protect my dog. On the other side of that is my son. We all know he's 5 years old. We've kind of trained him now to where he pops that back door open and he's like, the neighbor dogs aren't out there. Can I let her out? So, we've given him a little privilege. But my biggest pet peeve is, my dog can manipulate my son. So she can just stand at the back door and he's ready to open the door. I'm like, man, she just went outside, man.
Well,
Like-
Oliver also thought it was cool to like write on the wall this week.
Our
Like, he's
kids are
been
on the same
On
page.
one, man.
Are
Like,
they talking behind our backs?
I don't know. Like, apparently he did it and tried to erase it. And so and he did it on the white wall. And so there's a big ass graphite smear. I didn't even notice it till Carrie was like, I was sitting here and I go, oh, what's this? And I was
Hey,
like,
Where's
holy
their
shit, what is it?
walkie-talkies?
Why? What happened?
Little man wrote on the wall with chalk. Like, where are the walkie-talkies? I know they're communicating. I walked in his room. I said, "Who did this?" He goes, "Like,
Oh, fuck no. He
don't
waved
play
his
with me.
hand.
I know. No, he was pointing, trying to place blame elsewhere." I said, "Ain't nobody writing on this wall but you. Don't play
Oh,
with me."
wow.
Like, he thinks he's slick, but my favorite thing is when I'm like, "You telling me the truth?" Then yeah, I'm not. I read right through your bullshit. That head drop lets me know. I can see by your evil ass smile that it was you. I know it was you. So it's kids, man. Yeah, I'm not too sure what Baja means, but if that means big ass kid, yes, he's big.
Baja means small. Like, Baja means like surfer. Like,
Oh, he definitely is a surfer kid.
Islander, like surfer.
He thinks he's
like,
Maui.
beachy. Yeah.
He definitely thinks he's Maui. Like if I yelled right now Maui, he'd come flying through that door. So
I've synced it.
he's
And then he'd peek his head first, and then he'd be like, "It's okay, baby boy, come on," and fucking boom, dude. Baja
Hey,
man, who let
Hey, it's
the
hella
dogs
funny
out?
you say that because if
Wow.
I yelled right now, "Who let the dogs out?" I almost would be willing to bet he'd pop through that door and start barking.
Nah.
Like he thinks he's a fool, and it's funny because both of our kids are Baja men letting the dogs out in the backyard. It's ridiculous. So I'm really starting to think they might have some kind of form of communication we don't know about if they're on the same page or.
Did you hear about that military dude that got arrested in like China or some shit or Russia or some shit?
I did not. Fill me in.
I don't know. I heard someone, and then I also heard like apparently like Hamas didn't initiate this war. Israel started the war, and Israel is like wherever Israel's like telling its people to go, that's where they end up bombing. Like,
Oh, how they're saying move here, and
yeah,
then they
go
bomb where they told them to move to.
right, yeah,
Yeah,
and
that's real
so,
sketch.
dude, and so they're calling. Oh, that was it. They're calling, and again, ladies and gentlemen, I fucking hate politics. But they're calling like Biden's like nickname is like uh genocide by genocide Joe, like overseas. Like that's what he's known as because he keeps supporting and funding Israel, like their military shit.
I just want to know when he comes out of the office, how much is he going to be worth? I want to see, like Nancy Pelosi. You know, she makes 250,000 a year, but she's worth millions, hundreds of millions. I want to see what Joe's worth, because it's interesting when you got his brother saying, "Oh, I don't know what's going on. I don't talk to Hunter," and then they're getting tied up in the same stories. And then you got them who, in my mind, this is just political prosecution. They're trying to
Sure.
take Trump down, and then it comes out that they're paying people to try to lie
Oh,
against Trump.
right, and, dude. The way that they're reading those fucking testimonies against Trumpy was like he wanted a roll of Newsweek. He wanted her. What was it like? He wanted. He paid me to have him bent over and slap me with a stack of Newsweek magazines.
If that
And
don't sound like some bullshit.
they drew a cartoon of it, and it's like, wow, I don't need to see that, man. But like they're releasing the transcripts of the Trumpy case, but not the Epstein and whatever his chick was.
They're not releasing the news on Hunter Biden in the laptop.
Right.
I want that more than I want the list. I want the list, but I want that laptop. I want all the truth behind that, because this illegal trading, the illegal fucking business deals that are going on between the Bidens and China, I think people need to really pay attention to it. He's selling out our country.
Can't Snowden like hack his shit and be like, "What are you doing, man?"
Is Snowden still alive? I'd have to look into that.
Jimmy, pull it up. As he pulls it up,
No, it's one of those things. I'm actually pulling it up now. Let's see.
that's fine. I just want to know, like, because go ahead.
They take out anybody that can go against them.
Doesn't anybody though?
Yeah.
Isn't that human nature now? Apparently, evolution. Take out the threat, and you become stronger when you take them out.
No, he's alive. But I'd imagine he probably could. And you're not wrong. You go become stronger. I've learned this. We're in a world of where bullies, and I'm speaking on a personal level of something I experienced today. I'm not going to get in detail, but motherfucker try to bully you. You put your foot down. You don't allow bullying, and then they become the victim. And this shit is getting out of hand. I'm so tired of this victim mentality. And it goes partially with entitlement. But when you get told something you don't want to hear, all of a sudden, oh, I'm a victim. Man, look, watch your mouth, be polite, treat others the way you want to be treated, and you get there. But sometimes everybody's human. You catch a person at the wrong moment, and you could get the same energy you put out. And the only difference is one person may have something to lose and the other just wants something for free. And it's ridiculous.
I mean, you're right. And to answer Amy's chime-in question, who can we blame for entitlement? These people today.
Parents. The government.
1000%.
The government.
Bruv.
The government.
The parents and the government. Like, it's, dude, I gotta want to say this so bad, but
Say
I can't. Okay. All I'm saying is, we all know Biden is paying people to house immigrants. He's paying them good.
He is.
Okay. All I'm saying is, if this is my house and the house across the street is this house, well, this is my house, and this house is making $1,500 more than me each month, at least. So back to script, if you know what I'm saying.
We were talking about them paying the $1,500 per immigrant to house them
Oh, it's per?
per immigrant.
Holy shit. So he's making. Oh, I gave it away. Hold on. So, no way. 1,500 times 5, 7,500.
Now you take that and you maximize it. You know, it's over the course of time. There's a lot that goes on to this, but I'm going to go back to Amy's question, the fact that the government, right, as far as they've made it to where you can't call the sky blue, the grass green, without somebody having their own opinion on it. And we have to respect that they may find it to be purple. They may find the grass to be yellow. And we have to respect that they may feel that way. And we have to understand that even though they're dumbasses, we have to say that they're right and that their opinion matters, which makes no fucking sense. And second, as parents, telling treating their kids like nothing's wrong, nothing can be wrong. Hey, this world will chew you up, spit you the fuck out. That's how I grew up.
Yeah.
Now it's the world will coddle you. They will bend to meet your satisfaction and needs. You can decide today you have a dick between your legs and tomorrow you're a woman. What in the world? Like,
well, no, Missouri passed that law where if you acknowledge someone's attempt to transition, like if you're a teacher and you acknowledge someone, like your students acknowledge the transition, then you have to like register to be a sex offender, so forth and so forth.
I did not hear about this.
Yeah, mind you, so not apparently, a law was passed where if you are a teacher and you in Missouri and you fucking have a student that is transitioning. Hi, I'm Jimmy. I want to be called Jamie. Okay, you're Jamie. All right, now that you acknowledge they want to transition, you fired, you are charged with a felony, and you have to register as a sexual, like,
well, it should be that way
on the set. So
but you go right over the bridge though to go against that. Right over the bridge, they don't even have to tell your parents that you're doing it.
Well, what I'm saying, however, in the same state, they're trying to make it to where 9 to 10 to 11 to 12, 13, 14-year-olds is the legal age to get married. In that same bill.
Say that again?
Yep. You look it up. So Missouri is trying to make like the age as to where, we got shut down on YouTube. Right on. And so I guess I'm speaking too much truth. But look it up. I'll have to pull it up verbatim. It was on the TikTok, and I went down the rabbit hole. But the same bill that basically, if you fucking acknowledge a goddamn student that wants to transition, not goddamn, I'm getting worked up. I need to slow down.
You're fine.
However, Missouri is trying to make it. It's either 9 or 14. That's the new legal age to marry with parents' permission. And when they're on the debated floor, the motherfucker, the Missouri dude's like, I know plenty of 14-year-olds who are happily married still.
So we can go into the Amish community there, that it is possible that could be running through the Amish community, but it is still with parental consent. So that goes back to we blame the parents, because if the parents are signing off on it and approving it, they're the fuck ups.
Well, that's what I'm saying is again, here's my thing. I appreciate everybody, and I ask everybody appreciate me. And so I
don't appreciate everybody. And they don't appreciate me.
That's okay, because I just treat everybody how I'm treated. Then again, like you want to be a wiener. I got bigger muscles than you, and I can fucking throw hands faster. Not you.
I know what you're saying,
but it's like I want everyone to appreciate me because I appreciate everybody.
So is it appreciate or respect? I will give you respect. I expect you to respect me back.
You can say respect. I guess that. I just say appreciate. Sounds fancier. But it's like, just hear me out. What I'm saying is the same state is saying, these kids can't decide if they want to transition. Or the same is the same state saying
They can get married.
they can get married as long as to a dude and an older dude, and the parents are cool with it. Gross.
This goes in that pedophilia bill that they're trying to pass out in California. Like, this is just a nationwide movement.
I hope everybody's looking it up, bro.
I hope that parents are paying the fuck attention.
I didn't come here armed with the knowledge right off the bat. You got me on a rant based on facts.
You're fine.
Go ahead. I'm giving the disclaimer.
I just want parents to pay attention, because this is a point in time that they're doing everything to victimize our children, to take advantage of our children. Now, this is one of those things that, how did we get here? You know, you got to ask these questions. And how, fuck, we, the people, voted these people into office to do this shit, which is, now you have to look at it as far as how many predators are really out there that they're the ones putting these people in office and pushing these agendas. How the fuck did it even get written into a bill?
Because a lot of shit that gets written into a bill.
Well, no, the reason I say that is because we the people should find who authored that bill, who drew it up, and either we publicly execute them, right, or we ban them from government. Obviously, there's not too many people on the public execution tip, so it looks like he or she needs to be voted out of office. Just what it is. We have to find the authors of these bills and get them out of office, because there's too many skating under the radar that, we put a bunch of names on here. We hide it on, Section 8, Article 13 on page 98 of the bill of 1,000 pages. And we're going to push it through in a night when nobody had a chance to read all 1,000 pages.
Pretty much was what happened.
And this is the thing. We, the people, got to put our foot down. I think there's too many people that forgot it's we, the people. Okay? Not they control us. There's 100 fucking families that control billions of people. We go back to the ants metaphor that we talked about. When do we stand up, and when do we start making demonstrations? I'm not saying, I am saying it. Drag them in the street, stone them. Beat them with sticks. You don't got to kill them, man. You can put a mark on their forehead so we know to stay the fuck away from them. I don't care.
Yeah, like how the Inglorious Bastards did to
the Nazis.
Yeah, man.
It's one of those things that something has to be done.
Yeah.
And it sounds crazy to say, we need to do this, we need to do that. But, I watched this lady on TikTok, and she talks about Russia, right? And she's from Russia, and she says things you don't see in Russia. The first video I watched, it cracked me up quite a bit because it was black people. She said, it's not that we don't like black people. It's the fact that Russia didn't allow slavery. And if you were a slave master, you were sentenced to life in prison. So that lets you know there that they weren't importing slaves to Russia. So that's why you don't see black people there. The second one that she talked about was you don't see the alphabet boys, LGBTQ plus whatever. Because in reality, you will get beat. You go to a small village, you try to push that narrative on people, you won't leave that village.
Damn.
And there's so many people are against her, like, that's just terrible. Where did this come from? I remember there being, homosexuality growing up. It was a closet thing. We all had that aunt that was in the corner that, that was her friend that she brought to the,
Right.
That's normal. But where did it become a thing that we push the agenda, the predatory agenda, as Marcel said, onto our children, onto everyone? When did I have to start accepting you for it? When did I even have to know? Why do I have to know?
Right.
Like, what does that make sense? I don't need to know your sexuality. I don't walk into places and say, I'm a heterosexual. I love pussy. If I did, people would look at me like I was fucking crazy.
I'm going to do that in Vegas every place I go.
And you should, because at this point, the agenda is pressed so hard that guess what? I feel I need to announce it just like you announce it. The moment you break your wrist, I'm gonna announce that I love pussy. Because guess what? If you can do it, I can do it.
I'm telling you right now, when I'm in Vegas, every establishment I walk into, I am going to whisper under my breath, this is for you, Stacey J.
Do it.
And I'm going to say, I'm
Hands up, hands up.
heterosexual.
I
I'm
love pussy.
heterosexual and I love pussy.
Facts. Facts. And you know what's crazy? People are going to look at you and think that you're gay. That's the crazy shit. I'm telling you what I am. And you're still going to be like, well, that sounds a little suspicious. Why does he need to tell us?
Dude, dude, did you know in Vegas you could rent like little circles, like literally like a
Yeah, squares.
okay. I'm gonna rent one out just for like an hour and just do that the entire hour.
Hey, do
And
it.
see how
We
much
video
money
it, and
I
we're
would.
posting that on all our social medias because in reality, if you can announce that you love whatever,
We'll call it
I
the
can announce
Stacey
what I
J
love.
Challenge.
Hey, real shit.
The
We're gonna make it a
Stacey
public
J
thing. I'm calling everybody to it now. Look, you walk into a mall, you walk in somewhere and they look at you and they're kind of looking at you a little weird. You just randomly say, I'm heterosexual and I love pussy. If you're a woman, I love dick. Whatever you need to say, you say it. And you draw attention to it because guess what? I think we need to be just as proud as they are. I have nothing against them. I'm just mad that we're not as proud.
I'm saying this on vacation.
Do it.
I'm doing
Do
this.
it. I'll fuck around and do it tomorrow when I go to the store.
Oh,
Everybody will turn and look.
boy.
I'm like, I just thought you should know. You know, I mean, I'm sure there's somebody in here that wants to tell me what they are. So it's only fair. And you can call it ignorant. You can call it whatever you want. I call it fair. I have to respect you. So I want you to respect me. I want you to know where I stand. Is that wrong?
No.
Because if you think about it, we can look around certain places that we frequent every day, work, and see men that are
Well,
blatantly showing off what they are.
I mean, you could also go and
Say it again,
anywhere.
Marcel. Tag that.
So,
Let that
Marcel's
sit.
equality right. But
Damn
what
right.
I'm
it's
saying
equality,
is,
baby.
I do want equality for everybody. I want.
Who isn't equal? I'm so tired of this bullshit. Who is not equal in America?
I would say people with disabilities. Like,
How are they not? You can get a job.
No, you're right. No, I'm saying like in the school system, like when it comes to kids on the spectrum, what they have, this a majority of schools developed. It's actually 63%
Special
of
program.
schools. It's not programs. They call them isolation rooms, as to where if like an autistic kid's having a meltdown, to a reaction of sensory.
So that's science behind that, and that's because it takes away sensory overload.
It's rude though. It's a
Is it?
padded room.
So the difference there is we have mixed opinions on this. Let's just start there because sensory overload is real.
It
If
is
you've ever seen a
1000%.
child with autism where
Yes.
it's loud, it's bright, there's just so much going on that it triggers them, right? You want to put them somewhere where they can't hurt themselves, but can take a second to desensitize, right? So it's not overly sensation. You know, but the difference is, if anything, like Chris Crosby just said, it makes them special because they're getting more treatment than me. Because when I have a fucking meltdown at work and I'm going through shit with customers, I don't have a room I get to walk into and scream. I'm sure we all would use it at least once a day if we could walk into a room and just scream at the top of our fucking lungs. If anything, it puts them a little bit ahead of me because I have to deal with it. They are given the ability to not, realistically. And that's not to come off rude. That's not to come off ignorant, but it's real. When you think about it, you know, there's these unisex bathrooms. That's going the extra mile for another person rather than leaving them on an equal playing field. If everybody's on an equal playing field, life is going to be hard for some people. And you're not wrong, Nick. I would love a rage room at work. I'll bring shit in there to destroy. Okay. But it's one of those things that so many people have forgot that equality means you put up with the bullshit, you put up with the good shit. Just like I put up with the bullshit and I put up with the good shit. There are too many people getting special needs cases where they get something different. Now, there are exceptions to this. Pregnant women, obviously, you need to have your time, your space. For, you know, when you're a fresh mother and you need, you know, milking stations for you to be able to produce milk for your kid, totally different, right? These are things that are needed for society, right?
There used to be one, Amy, and I broke it. No, I'm joking. They took it down, but there used to there did used to be one.
But as far as equality, there's nobody not equal. Everybody can go get a job. Everybody can work like a slave. Everybody can buy a house. Everybody, not saying they can afford it. I'm saying they have the ability, right? Everybody has the ability to buy a car. Everybody has the ability to go in debt. Everybody has the ability to, pay bills. It's equal.
Yeah.
Now we go into some people get a little bit better treatment, special treatment. And that's where you get into these categories of people that they need special attention. And I feel like in this, I hope this don't get us shut down. I feel more people join the bandwagon of that bullshit because they need attention, not because they are it. Just flat out.
Yeah.
They need somebody to say, "You're special. We recognize you. We see you." Because you grew up in a room full of people that didn't fucking notice you, didn't want shit to do with you, and would never date you.
Yeah.
So now, well, that might, if I join that group, I might be accepted. That's a personal fucking problem. If you need acceptance from another fucking individual, learn to love your fucking self.
Right. 1000%. That's what I was saying, though.
And Crosby, you're not wrong if you want to post that one up there, Jimmy.
Providing
benefits for people's issues, provides equity because we're equally deserving until we waste our opportunities. Say it again. Everybody's born on the same level playing field. People choose different paths. This is the power of choice, the God-given right, your willpower. We all pick a path. Some go right, some go left, some go backwards, some go forward. Every opportunity you're presented with is another branch of that path. But in the world I live in, which is the world everybody lives in, because I look at reality, we live in a world where people need to feel special at all times because their fucking parents made them feel that way. And guess what? Shut the fuck up, sit down, and do your job just like everybody else. We don't give a fuck about what you're doing in your personal life. We're all here to make money. We're all here to provide for our family. We're at the grocery store to get groceries. We're just living life. We don't need to know about yours on a personal level. And that, like, it's no offense, that's for your friends and family.
Oh no, dude! Do you know how many times I'll be at dinner with my wife and we'll be at like a Mexican restaurant, and I'll get the soup there or whatever, and like, is everything okay? They'll be like, yeah, it's great, and then she'll be like, I really like your nails; they look great. And my wife's like, oh, thanks. Like, yeah, my mom had her nails done, and that's what and they would just start rambling of how her mom kicked her out and she fucking, this, that, and the other. And
sympathy plea.
Sympathy
plea. Please give me some money.
So,
may I have some more porridge, sir?
I felt that, dude. It's like they shamble.
You know what I say to those people? And anybody that knows me will tell you, leave me the fuck alone. Shut the fuck up. I'm here to eat dinner. I'm not here to hear your story. Your service is what's going to get you tipped, not your fucking sob story. And that sob story is going to make me think something's wrong with you. And maybe you have a drug addiction. And maybe I shouldn't give you extra money because your mom kicked you out, which tells me that you probably have fucking problems. Not saying that's everybody, but that's what goes through my fucking head. Because I don't care. I don't care if you stubbed your toe on a chair this morning. You're not my fucking friend. I don't care. Now, if you're my homeboy, and you're like, man, you won't believe this shit, man. I just fucking woke up, stubbed my toe, fell down the steps. Damn, that's fucked up. That's just what it is. Yeah. We should care about our friends and family. I respect my neighbor. I don't give a fuck what they're doing in their house.
Oh, dude, speaking of fucking neighbors, man. Goddamn HOA. I tried paying my invoice today. They had the car in the driveway. Knock, knock, knock. No one was there. Knock, knock, knock. No one was there again. I got to figure this out, man.
Just have somebody else deliver it. This is for house number da-da-da-da-da. And then you record it so you can prove that they're avoiding you. Like,
Well, dude,
and you
someone
take
called
that to the
them.
next homeowners association meeting, and
Someone
me and
called them
Casey will be
out.
there.
Someone called them out in our little Facebook group. They said, "Hey, has anyone not heard from our HOA?" And we have no meeting or nothing. And I liked it. I didn't stir the pot because I feel I did not earn my right to talk shit on that platform because I have yet to pay my dues. But I figured I could be a good neighbor and just hit the like button to let everyone know I'm watching, baby, and I will
support.
acknowledge it. You know what I mean? So
So it's funny because at the very beginning of your HOA hate, I didn't
yeah,
necessarily understand. And let me just tell you now,
yeah.
I hate the fucking HOA too.
What
Okay.
happened?
Where do you buy your own plot of land and you have to ask for permission to plant a fucking tree? If anything, I'm helping the fucking world by planting a tree.
Did you get yelled at for a tree?
No, I didn't know because I learned that I have to ask for permission. And then the one tree we had, the fucking neighbor cut it down. I'm like, you motherfucker. Like,
The neighbor cut your tree down, or
no,
was
not
his
mine. Not
tree?
my tree. It was his tree. I can't say it was mine. It was not mine. I'm just disappointed that it's gone because it helps
Okay.
the fucking environment. I personally want to plant a couple fruit bearing trees in my backyard. Okay. It would be nice to be able to go out and pick your own fucking apples, oranges, peaches, little shit.
Yeah.
But I have to go through all this shit to be able to plant it. Then pay my fucking house mortgage. If I gotta ask for your fucking permission, pay my fucking mortgage, bro. I'm just saying, because last I checked, I paid y'all to keep up the common grounds, keep pedophiles out this motherfucker, and leave me the fuck alone. If it's within my fence perimeter, which you didn't pay for my fence, but I had to get permission,
Right.
which makes no fucking sense to gate in my dog so it doesn't bite the neighbors. Why the fuck do I need your permission? This goes back to everybody needs to feel special.
Uh-huh.
Somebody, and I really believe, I don't know who started the HOA, I really don't.
I
But I
could tell you who
believe,
started mine.
well, no, I'm saying in the world, like who came up with this idea. But I really believe it was somebody who wanted some kind of control over their neighbors. That's all I've concluded. It was some pussy ass bitch who fucking, not saying man or woman, just somebody who's a pussy ass bitch who, I need some kind of power. I've been a failure all my life and I refuse to let somebody plant a tree. Came up with it. Yeah, it probably was a communist. This fucking crazy ass world we live in. Like, the last place I lived, the last house, the HOA, they bitched about my trash cans on the corner for a day. I respect it. You want the neighborhood to look good. This neighborhood, if that shit is out there on the corner for a day, you're getting a notice. 2 days, a ticket.
Yeah.
God forbid you start doing any kind of work to your own personal property. Oh, you're definitely getting a letter. Like, fuck your letter. Like, I want to know who I can light it on fire in front of so they can understand I don't give a flying fuck.
I need a fucking lawn company or someone.
Hey, that's fucking funny, Casey. I'm sorry. Hey, what is the odds of that shit? Casey doesn't have an HOA. Casey, as we know, homesteads. And,
Wow.
shout out to Casey, by the way. But that's fucking crazy. Like, I could see his frustration in the backyard. Like, what the fuck?
Like a chain, dude. Use those logs to make a fortress of solitude.
Facts. No, actually make it a quiet room so the next time I need to explode, I can just come over and stand in a circle that's kind of slightly padded.
I have one of those here.
I'm fucking joking.
Yeah.
I don't, man, look, I think everybody's dealt with as an adult, autistic or not, sensory overload. I just really believe that. Like, I'm not autistic. There are times where I'm like, man, this shit is just too much. I get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? And I'm sure
Yeah.
there's many adults that have had that feeling, and that's because we're overwhelmed. We're overworked, underpaid. Well, we aren't, but we're overworked, underpaid as a society. And it's very easy for a person making $30,000 a year to become overwhelmed.
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong.
So,
You're not wrong. I mean, I will say it's also very appreciative to those who give 100% on their $30,000 salary job, just for those who
oh
like
yeah,
truly take pride in their work.
and they should. You're
Yeah.
doing it. That represents you. So everybody at McDonald's who's making your $13,000 to $20,000 a year, you better fucking cook the burger right. It ain't that fucking hard. Everything's automated now.
I don't even go to my McDonald's. There's too many complaints in the local community chat of that
How is
particular
the
McDonald's.
cheese not even melted, man?
Or there was a bite taken out of one, or yeah, that happened. Allegedly.
Oh shit!
I will say I did. Here's where I'll tell you here. You want to hear a McDonald's story that really pissed me the fuck off?
To move that.
And
What are you doing?
yeah, bye. I was just fucking.
You don't got to.
Jimmy.
I'm gonna follow up with them. That's cool.
And so basically, I was at McDonald's and I said, hey, I was ordering shit for carry. I go, let me get a spicy chicken sandwich with a fry and a Coke. I go, that'd be number 5. She goes, all right. So you want a number 5 and then and a spicy chicken sandwich and a fry and a Coke? I go, yeah, that's number 5. She goes, okay. Pulls up. She goes, it's going to be 27.13. And yeah,
Huh?
I go, what? I go, for a number 5? And she goes, well, yeah, no, you got a number 5 and you got a chicken sandwich and a fry and a Coke. And I go,
Even then, that's expensive as fuck.
after the text, she rang it up twice. She goes, and I go, and she goes, and a number 5. I go, no. I go, did you charge me a number 5 and a number 5 and then everything else a la carte? And she goes, yeah, that's what you said. And I was like, oh my
I would have
Lord.
drove the fuck off.
Bro.
Because I know my chicken ain't gonna be cooked all the way.
I said, just hand it over. I said, just do it. I was like, that's not what I said. I said, do you really think I would order the same meal a la
3
carte?
times?
A la carte on one of them to be a smartass? The answer's no.
Hey, you're better than me. I swear to
It's-
God, I would have pulled off. I try not to go off on people because they don't get paid enough to deal with bullshit.
Dude.
But hey, I definitely would have just looked at her. I'd have been like, all right, yeah, you have a good night. And I'd have just drove off. Hey, you getting something else, man. This shit
Dude,
is
I'm telling you,
make
it
it
is
up.
so hard being the better person, especially for someone who, 8 years ago job was to talk shit, to rally the people up, to want them to see me, in a perform. And so
My
it's
job
like
Our job
we
takes
have
too
to
much
be
of being the better person.
you have to be chill, dude. And I try to practice the traits outside, even though like some days I told you we fuck fast food. Yeah, thanks, Casey. I'm glad you
I'm
got
gonna
that.
be 100 with you. I become, and this sounds so fucked up, but I'm the customer that was on my phone based on what level you treat me at, right? So like if you're nice to me, I'm a great, pleasant experience. If you're any kind of partially stupid, I'm the Karen that I spoke to. You know what I mean? Like it's just
But
what it is.
I try to treat everybody nice, even when, because 90% of the time when I'm out now, I have my boys. And so I don't want them to see that side of me that I keep caged. Like when someone cut me off, dude. So someone cut us off a couple months ago on our way back from Monster Jam on the highway. And it took everything for me to like not want to chase them down. You know what I
My
mean?
son would say.
You're-
And
you
this
lo-
is nothing. And this
Daddy,
is
go
not,
get them.
no, this is not trained. You're right, but this is not trained by me.
Yeah.
The very first time it ever happened, when he was in the car, he said, "Catch him, Dad." Like his face got so serious. He said, "Catch him, Dad. Don't let him beat us, Dad." And like in his mind, he was like, "Oh fuck that." He was maybe 3, going on 4. I had to turn around and look like, who the fuck is this dude? Like, he's got road rage. He's feeling the heat. He's like, what the fuck are they on? So in my mind, and I can honestly say I'm not a road rager. I already drive fast. So like if you pass me, if anything, I'm gonna try to keep up with you. You're doing me a favor. So for him to be like, "Catch him, Dad," and was so serious. I was like, he gets it. You're an old soul. You're obviously reincarnated, is what I've concluded, because there's certain things that really pisses him off that we've never done, and then he encounters it, and it just boils his blood. So it's like, I get it though, and I also get the point of trying to be that image of what you want them to see as respectful, right? I also, it goes back to what we say all the time: you give respect to get respect, right?
Yeah, but I'll say the last road rage incident I had was I was 16, dude. Where like put the pull over and get ready.
No, well,
Yeah. That
it
was.
wasn't really road rage when you were being followed that time. That's why I wouldn't call that road rage.
I was saying, what the fuck?
Hey, Casey,
Smoothie on someone's.
Casey, I ain't gonna lie to you, man.
Wow.
You threw a smoothie on the Hellcat at the right day, you might not have just saw the gun.
No, when I was 16, dude, we were on our way back to from Hidden Valley in Eureka. It was like me, like my buddy at the time, Mike, was driving, and I was sitting in the back. Our buddy at the time, Ryan, was sitting shotgun, and Robert was sitting back to me. I still remember it. And this fucking car is flashing its lights behind, because we're in Eureka at nighttime going, back roads. I have no idea where the fuck shit is.
Shit.
And this fucking car, who clearly knows where they're driving, is behind us, flashing their lights, trying to get us the fuck out of the way. So they do the ultimate bitch move and pass us when we can't see them. And Mike decides to play back, and again, we were 16, 17 at the time. He fucking, basically, they pulled over. And Mike said, I'm pulling over too. And I was like, oh, I'm going to fight. Again, 16-year-old Devin did not know how to fight. 16-year-old Devin knew Santa Claus wasn't real, but didn't believe pro wrestling was fake. So I'm just trying to paint the picture. All right. So, matter of fact,
a tough guy hopping out the car.
I was probably wearing a John Cena shirt with camo shorts, because I was that like hard. Like, I'll tell you, it was 05 was a great year, man. So anyway, it's these fucking chicks that all get out, and they're like our age, and they look great. And like 16-year-old Devin is like, whoa. Like, I took a step back. Like, you gotta think, I'm like, because Mike's like, let's go. We're fucking going. There's a car full of them, car full of us. We're fucking throwing down. And we're all like, yeah, fuck yeah. We all like, dude, we're hyping each other up. And I'm like, oh, I'm so ready. Like, and I'm like, what am I gonna do to him? I'm gonna Batista bomb. Like, I'm literally like, what will be effective in this fight? And I'm shaking. And so we get out, and they're chicks, and they are dressed good, and they're like they're fucking had their hair done, and they're literally, Mike starts doing all the talking.
Okay.
I see a girl at the time like my age, and I'm like, you gonna eat that? Because they had food in the back, and she fucking gave me the curly fries from Hardee's. And,
the escalation point.
And they're literally just going off. And as soon as I started eating the fries, Ryan looks at me and he goes, Devin, get in the fucking car. And I fucking just, okay. And I fucking went in the back of the car and sat there and started eating my fries, bro.
My worst road rage incident is a little bit grosser than that, and I'm not proud of this moment, but I'll share it.
I said I was 16, Robert was 15, and Mike and Ryan were 17, 18. Okay. I was just trying to paint the picture. And so Ryan was like the older brother. So he saw me eating. He's like, Devin, I still hear it. Get the fuck back in the car. like, oh, fuck. So nothing happened. There was no fight.
It's that moment where you're like, damn, my bad.
Yeah,
my bad.
That means we're leaving. Is what it had. Like, this isn't nothing.
Man,
so go ahead.
I wonder if Asia remembers this, but we were in the car. Dudes, man, we're pressing each other back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. He throws some shit at the car. I dead ass threw up in a cup. That's the nastiest shit I've ever done. Threw up in a cup, rolled down the window, turned that motherfucker to where I could launch it really good. His window came down, and I flung that motherfucker, and it was God, man. That motherfucker went straight in the car.
Oh, man.
Straight in the fucking car. Hey, they fell back. Hey, when I tell you I got bitched at by her, I'm happy. Okay, like I was
Uh,
overjoyed that it made it in the car because like I can't remember exactly what they said, so I don't want to make it up, but I know you could hear them yell when it hit in the car because I know that shit went all over the car, man, and it just tickled my soul. I ain't gonna lie to you, it's fucked up. Other than that, I was pretty much the person. If you rode my ass, that sunroof came open, and here comes some pennies. Hold these.
oh yeah, I
Like,
I mean yeah, I know what you're talking about. Or the casual, you know, grab something, wave the hand out the window with a fist, hey, and then just hold it out, and they slowly back up.
I was the king of timing for a long time. If you were behind me, I would put just the right gap, boop, out the windshield, out the sunroof, splat that windshield. I done. It sounds really fucked up, but I was the king of right in the cup and straight up out that window. Hold that.
Wow.
As soon as it hits your windshield, they'd immediately start their little fishtail and try to slam on the brakes because it ain't coming off your windshield very easy, buddy. Get the fuck off my ass. I already speed. Like I'm not proud of these moments because I was the younger me, 16 to 19, somewhere in there. But I'll never forget when I flung that cup with throw up and that shit went right in their window. I'm quite positive I heard what the fuck.
Well, look,
Like, but man, imagine being the passenger in that car. Like I hope they're listening because when I tell you that was me, okay, that was me. And I'm proud of it because it painted your passenger. I hope it was a pretty bitch who you were trying to impress because I'm telling you, I ruined your fucking night. I promise you I did. But again, not a proud moment. Well, not a proud moment now because I'm an adult, but I ain't going to lie to you. It still is kind of a proud moment because it was a hell of a throw. You're talking about going down 70, doing 75, 80 miles an hour and throwing a quick trip cup full of vomit clean across the fucking lane and plastering the
yeah.
car, man. Like
Now I don't
was,
road rage. I don't road rage now because there was this case where it was even in Missouri, made national news where this dude pulled off over in 40 and K, confronted a motherfucker, and he knocked him out, put him back in his truck, and then drove away.
So I ain't gonna
And
lie.
he died. The guy
I
died.
I don't road rage because of what Casey put. I've I've been in a car. I was with one of my friends. He was driving a Dodge Caliber SRT4 Stage 2. If you guys know anything about these cars, they're kind of fast. We're on the highway. He's racing his car. Next thing all you heard was pop, 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 pop. Hey, I'm like, hey, that motherfucker shooting at us, bro. Like, real shit. Like, if you don't slow the fuck down, they're trying to kill us, man. Like, 70, man, coming out of downtown.
Oh no, I've driven the Tucker. I've driven the. So I even remember when I used to work at the examiner's office, dude. Carrie would tell me, she's like, "Oh, hey, I'm gonna take 70. It's faster."
What up, Greg?
And I'm like, "No, the fuck, you're not. It's only faster because it's showing you Tucker Boulevard, and Tucker is dangerous as fuck, dude."
But it's not anymore. It used to be pretty rough down there.
I
knew I was in the bad neighborhood when I seen Sarah and Clara. And, you're getting over there into the hoods. I was like, yeah.
Oh, whenever anything starts saying a State Street, that's like.
Oh yeah, we know we're in the wrong area. You're probably in East St. Louis if you're seeing state streets. And
no, this isn't downtown, bro. In Broadway, there's
there's Nebraska, Minnesota. That's South City.
Yeah,
I don't know, but I ain't gonna lie to me. That ain't the bad area because, like, that's not to sound racist. It's predominantly white area. You see a lot of white people walking their dogs down there. It's when you get into like, man, it just came across my mind. Oh man. Give me a minute. It's Wabada.
Oh, Wabada.
When you get into like
West
Side and Arlington and Belt and like
Wabada, I've been down.
North Side is Arlington and Belt. Look, when I learned to drive, my dad took me through North City.
I almost pulled up
grew up.
Go ahead.
No, he grew up in Walnut Park, and I'll never forget. He was like, "Turn here." We're by the big cemetery. We turned down Genevieve, and he goes, "Hey, don't stop at the stop signs." I'm learning to drive. I'll never forget turning and be like, what the fuck you mean don't stop at the stop signs, man? We get to the first stop sign. There's a motherfucker with an AK. I said, "Oh, we ain't stopping at no stop signs." I got straight back, got to the end of Genevieve, bucked that right turn, went straight back on the 70. My dad's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Going home." Like, I don't know where the fuck you just took me, but this isn't where you learn to drive, man. This is where you learn to survive. There's a big difference. So, no, I know all about them city streets, man. I get the fuck up out of there.
Dude, you want to hear this story? So, I'm young Devin, had no idea. My cell phone died and I couldn't find my way back to the office, and I'm driving around and I pull over the street, and it's a street that looks normal and has the lights on, and I see just this big black SUV at the end. And I'm asking dispatch for a walk-in, and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm on Wabata. Like, and they're like, are you on Wabata?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Like, move location and find like, and I was like, "What?" I go, "Hold on, I see an SUV. I'm gonna pull up to it." So I pull up to this SUV, and it's dark. It's like 2 a.m., dude. And I roll down my window and I shine my lights and I drive up to it. That SUV went from like just regular lights, like running lights on, to every light's on. And all the windows get rolled down. And I go, "Man, what the fuck?" And they go, hey, man, what the fuck? And I go, "I'm lost." They go, "Fuck you, you're a cop." And I go, I'm not. I go, "I see dead people." And they go, "What the fuck?"
Hey, look, I'm lucky you ain't get shot.
I swear to God, I am. I went just like that. And they go, "Man, what the fuck?" They go, "You're fucked up." And I go, "I am fucked up. But Luke Skywalker kissed his sister and people don't talk about it." And they fucking go, "Man, what the fuck you trying to do?" And I go, "How can I get back by the medical examiner's office?" And they go, "Take this street and take a right and get the fuck out." And I said, "Okay."
Hey, because look, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. If I was in a car,
I literally said that. I said everything I just told you is what I said.
Hey, on everything I love, and I'm not a bad person, but if I was sitting in the car and a motherfucker pulled up and said, "I see dead people," I'll take that as a straight threat. It would be a level 10 threat.
I said it in that tone.
Don't care.
I see what you're saying.
I'm like, "What the fuck you mean you see dead people?" Oh, like, yeah, you gonna see a dead motherfucker, I promise.
They all look confused as fuck. There was
because they all probably were like, "Is this motherfucker about to shoot us?" Like,
there was weaponry.
I'm sure.
And like, so.
Hey, look, I done been one of my best friends lived off Arlington. Another one lived off Redbud. I done seen some crazy things happen over some little statements, but that one there, hey, I would have been level 10 alert. Like, what the fuck you mean he see dead? By that alligator lounge.
Yeah. Mother's Day's this weekend. Did you buy anything yet?
No, my son wants me to buy a rainbow Lamborghini. It ain't gonna happen. But I do want to say shout out to all the dads that are figuring out what to buy because your wife has everything.
Get the shopping done. Like right now. Like, go on Amazon and do something, and then give us $1 to Cash App.
Or just cook breakfast. Clean the house. Put something on their plate.
I'm Devin James.
I'm Stacy Bronze.
We are
Two Tired Dads. Have a great night. Happy Mother's Day to everybody.
About to be a rough one. I'm showing it, Mom. I'll tell you everything. Go ahead and cut that beat, Jim.